was released in 1950, this now beloved Christmas classic became an instant hit. It was originally sung by Bing Crosby and Carol Richards and depicts Christmas in the city. Please welcome Megan Metellus on sax. She is accompanied by her brother Jaden and schoolmate Jeremiah. Give it up for Silver Bells. Listen, I am amazed because I know that there's so much work that goes into what you see here. Those parents who have to listen to her practice and to listen to the playing of drums, but it's all worth it. Those instructors that spend the time with each of these students to ensure that they are developing. It's an entire village that goes into the performance that you're seeing tonight. And so can we just give them all a round of applause up to this point? They've done an amazing job. Now, right now, what you've seen so far has been them performing, but we want to take Did you enjoy getting that behind the scene look? Yeah? Yeah, absolutely. Well, if you have been enjoying the night so far, I want you to know that you are in for a treat right now. The full body of the BMA community has prepared a few musical items for you. But before they do that, they're going to share something and recite something that is at the core of who they are. They are going to very clearly, very powerfully recite their creed. Take it away, BMA. Now, as we consider all the wonderful things that we are celebrating tonight, it only makes sense that the entire student body at BMA kick off their performance with a song that expresses gratitude for who God is. Will you give it up for BMA performing How Great Is Our God? How great is our God? Name above all names, he is worthy to be praised. And my heart will sing, how great is our God. Thank you so much for that rendition. It's especially wonderful, too, because it's children praising the Lord, which is wonderful. Well, here's the thing. We want to make sure we have a shout out to give tonight. So on behalf of the BMA family, we want to especially recognize this young lady, Miss Clarelle Saint Victor. She is Dr. Sheila Estimab's grandmother, and she is celebrating her birthday tonight. Give it up. In addition to wanting to serenade her, how many December people are in here tonight? How many December folks are celebrating? Okay, listen. She is one of our guests of honor, and we want to make sure that we applaud. Give her a round of applause one more time. So, Ms. Clara, the BMA family is going to be serenading you, and they're going to be playing happy birthday for you, as well as any person here who has their birthday in December. Take it away. Excellent. When you get a standing ovation from the person, one of the people you're singing happy birthday to, you know you're doing a good job. Happy birthday. All right, as we move on with our program, I want to share this with you. This next item was written by an Austrian priest named Joseph Mohr in 1816. It was first performed as Stille Nacht, Heilige Nacht. This carol has been translated into 300 different languages. Please enjoy as BMA performs Silent Night. up one more time for this amazing performance. Excellent, excellent job. Thank you so much, BMA. We are so proud of you. We see greatness in you. I know I speak on behalf of myself and this entire audience that we see greatness in you. So thank you so much for that beautiful rendition and for this entire segment. There are a few special recognitions that the leaders of BMA wanted to give. So I'd like to introduce our presenter tonight. Coming up next to give some special recognitions is the president of BMA, Dr. Sheila Frank Estimable. This is the beautiful lady that you see walking around in red. She's not even walking around, she's floating on the ground, floating and sauntering, busy as a bee, but doing so much. So she leads BMA alongside her husband, BENSAX International, as he's also called. She received a master's in business administration from the University of Phoenix. Following that, she obtained a Doctor of Education degree in higher education leadership from Nova Southeastern University. Dr. Frank was born in Queens, New York. Was that a good impression? Okay. Queens, New York, and lived in Port-au-Prince, Haiti until 1997. Her passion for the performing arts, specifically dance, began when she was 2 years old. Her earliest training occurred at a relative's dance school, and she's been helping me with pronunciation. So we'll see how good. Okay, École de Danse Joël Donacieux Bella. Yay! Okay, all right, I'm excited because I've been practicing, trying to make sure that I put some respect on these names. So she started her learning ballet, jazz, and modern dance there. She moved to Florida at 12 and continued dancing by joining her school's dance team. You can definitely see, do you see her posture? Isn't it amazing? For her dance techniques. Even after going off to college, she maintained her passion for dance right alongside her academic studies. It is possible. It led her to join a semi-professional dance team, which allowed her the opportunity to perform at basketball games and perform modern jazz dance choreographies. She also, this lady, in addition to her academic studies, she was busy in her arts, and she was still an excellent student. So she also taught dance at the high school level and led multiple dance teams, both at the recreational level and competitive levels, winning first and second place in Broward County dance and competitions. And because she has such a strong appetite for learning, she got into ballroom dancing. Her favorites being international rumba and cha-cha-cha. She actually participated in competitions with her coach, and won first place in all of her categories. Listen, this lady is accomplished, and it just makes sense that she's going to be introducing dance at BMA in 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Dr. Sheila Frank Estimable.
What an introduction. Thank you so much, Ms. Deborah. And, you know, it's being introduced sometimes it's a little uncomfortable, especially when they go on and on about your accomplishments. But I feel blessed, and I am so grateful for all the accomplishments. Thank you. So this is the part where I would love to recognize every single student at the BENSAX Music Academy. We started not long ago. We started just 2 years ago, but however, these students only started a year or less. So 12 months, 6 months, 3 months, 1 month, that's how they have been registered for the Music Academy. And as you can see, aren't you proud of them, right? Yeah. In less than a year, they're already learning how to read their music sheets. They're learning how to perform together. That's another skill, you know, and they're learning songs that they're listening to every day, you know, whether it's at church or at school or at home, they're learning their favorite songs with their favorite instruments. So now I'm asking all the BMA students to prepare to hear for their name and be ready to receive your certificates. The certificate of achievement is a milestone, okay? It shows their effort, okay, in sharpening their musical craft. So each certificate that they are receiving is stating, congratulations on completing your first music recital. Yes, indeed, it's our first recital. And it says also, you are recognized for your extraordinary effort to master your musical craft held today, December 22nd, 2022. So at this time, I'm asking all the BMA students to be ready to receive their certificate. But guess what? I'm having a very good friend of mine. Her name is Nicole Hollabuff. We both work together at Broward College, and we are sharing some great support with one another. So she will be calling each student on stage to receive their certificate of achievement from the BMA. And now let's welcome Ms. Nicole Hollabuff.
Thank you for the warm welcome. Thank you, Dr. Franck. So proud of you and what you've accomplished with Richard. It's an honor to be here to present the awards to the students. Hopefully I don't mess up their names. I apologize in advance. Okay, so when I call your name, please come on stage to accept your certificate. Andy Brutus. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start over. Ready? All right. So when I call your name, please come up to accept your certificate. Andy Brutus. Brian Brutus. Ali Selenox. Owen Selenox. Adriani Salasuma. Liddy Shilashu. Patricio Shilashu. Sheena Parishma Datilis. Sasha Dartilis. Shakia Dispias, John Deluge, Alvin Droshier, Jeremiah Excel, Drasavina Falima, Evan Lewis Charles, Jaden Metellus, Megan Metellus, Chris Pierre Luis, Kayla Pierre Luis, Lindsay Pierre Luis, Priscilla Monestein, Monique Noel, Daniel Fard, this one right here, Yoseline Pernil, Dalson Raymond, Jorvinsky Regis, Bryndon Simone, Novellins Belmusa, Matthew Torshon, Ryan Torshon. Please give a round of applause to our students.
Thank you so much, Nicole. And ladies and gentlemen, we're asking you to up high, okay? Let them take a few pictures of you, smile, and then when I count on 3, you strike the best pose because you're very proud because you're gonna frame this certificate. This is memory. You are part of our history. And 20, 30 years later, you can say, you know what, I started at the BENSAX Music Academy. Woo, right? Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, strike the pose. All righty, so at this time, I will ask you guys to exit the stage and go back to your seat. Okay, this special recognition is not just the student. We also want to recognize the parents for their commitment with us, putting up with deadlines, driving to rehearsal every week. And all the parents, could you please stand up? Please stand up. I want to make sure you are being recognized. And students, go ahead and cheer for your parents. Woo! All right. Okay, the parents, you guys are outstanding. You are amazing. And we're asking you for your continued commitment in investing in your sons and daughters because I know they appreciate these moments where the camaraderie, developing their character. This is outstanding. We are proud of you. Thank you. All right. And you guys know, starting school is not easy. It is not easy. It takes some focus, some people to believe in you. And I have to say, it's not just having a great partner, whether it's my husband or a friend. You know, we're talking about people in the community that actually believe in you and they want to give their support, whether it's moral support or financial support or spiritual support. They will pray with you. I mean, you guys, we started the BENSAX Music Academy in the middle of the pandemic. I mean, we started it in, in July 4th was the inaugural of 2020. And we said, we're going to start it online. I know you don't want to be around people. You don't want to catch the virus. And we did not let this pandemic stop us with our dreams, our goals. And I felt very blessed to meet my husband, Richardson Istimab, better known as BENSAX International. And I have to say, the commitment has been outstanding, but I have to give him a lot of credit for all the pastors and great friends that he has connected with that's Tri-County. We're talking about Palm Beach, Broward, and Miami-Dade County. And this is where all of our students are coming from, okay? Palm Beach, Broward County, and Miami-Dade. And tonight, they have finally united together to give this special performance tonight, right? So I have some special award that we would like to present to our supporters, okay, our fathers, our mothers in the community, those who have believed in us from the very beginning, and now, and I know forever. So the first award, this is for your outstanding support, and I hope you are in the crowd. This is Pastor Lucy Jerome Sapphire. Are you here? Oh, please. And the whole family support us, I have to say. Okay, and this is Pastor Lucy's parents that will be coming up. Pastor Dr. Serge Jérôme and his wife, please. Thank you so much for Okay, we also want to recognize the outstanding support of Pastor Paul Inelus, and he's not with us tonight, but I just wanted to make sure I give him a special shout out tonight. Please give him a round of applause. Also recognizing Pastor Maxo Coulange. Are you here? Oh, yay! And last but not least, Pastor Geometry Calimon, and he's better known as Pastor J. Is he here? And okay, so definitely want to recognize him for his outstanding support. And now let's give ourselves another round of applause for all the supporters. And feel free to introduce yourself to them. They are great supporters to many members in the community. So do not hesitate to introduce yourself and connect with them. They will always have plenty to share, okay? All righty, and now I'm going to pass it back to Miss Deborah Pinnock.
All right, thank you so much. You know, it just occurred to me, I mean, this is something that I think we all know. Do you understand that this program tonight could not have taken place without you? Do you get that? That it wouldn't have happened without you parents, without you community supporters, without you friends and family. So I just want you to recognize the power that you have to impact lives and initiatives and really lean into that. Next up, I am really, really happy to introduce our guest speaker who is going to say some words of wisdom, who is going to inspire, and I know he's squirming right now as I beef this up, as Jamaican people would say. But our guest speaker tonight is most proud of the fact that he is a father. His 2 children are proud members of the BMA Academy. He is also a dedicated professional and dynamic educator with a passion for education and public service. His mission in this arena is to inspire others to pursue academic and personal excellence. His educational mission landed him at Broward College and carried him to Florida Atlantic University, where he obtained a bachelor's and master's degree in civil engineering. Our speaker's professional journey also took him to Broward County Water and Wastewater Services, as well as the Florida Department of Transportation, where he worked for nearly a decade. He eventually founded his own company called Clean on Air. It's a family-owned company that utilizes decades of engineering and HVAC to provide outstanding indoor air quality to both residential and commercial building occupants in Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach counties. Would you please help me welcome our guest speaker for tonight, Willard Metellus.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. As mentioned in the short introduction, my name is Willard Metellus, one of the proud parents having the kids at BMA, short for BENSAX Music Academy. I'll start by giving honor to God. Then I'll thank the CEO, Mr. BENSAX, the president, Dr. Sheila, the members of the board, and all the BMA families, to whom I say thank you. And I also want to say I'm very grateful and honored to be given the opportunity to be here and be part of this great and special event. And most importantly, I'm tremendously honored for given the opportunity to be the one of the person to address the audience tonight. I join my voice with all the other parents and friends to express that it is with a heartfelt respect and love and gratitude that we salute Mr. BENSAX, Dr. Sheila, and all the first group of the musicians. Yes, thank you. Yes, and all the musicians that perform here tonight at the first recital. And this is wonderful, isn't it? Good, good. Now, when the instrument goes silent tonight, when the lights turn off tonight, this group will be remembered as the pioneer, the first group of BMA students that went from playing the very first note or blowing the very first squeaky notes into performing here within less than a year. And we all loved it, and congratulations. Regardless of your age, as long as you perform here tonight, you can be called musician. You earn it. And to my little Owen, I believe he's 5 years old. You probably didn't get to see it because he's so little. He was playing drums in Silent Night. Yes, you did great. Yes. Yeah, I want to tell you, Owen, that you did great. And to everyone else that performed as well, I want to tell you that your dedication to excellence, your pioneering spirit and motivated spirit to your crafts, they all stand as the hallmark of your incredible life and your future career. You are truly a shining example of our cherished core values of leadership, of excellence, truth, and commitment. Being here and playing on stage tonight was one of your great accomplishments because it is a stepping stone toward the greatest accomplishment of your life. I'll tell you that tonight, if you ask BENSAX, if you ask or any of the BMA professors, or any great musician for that matter, they'll tell you that they started just like you. Perhaps an even worse shaved than you. But what they did is they practiced and practiced so much that they became better and better at the crafts. So I believe Mr. BENSAX, for instance, I believe he practiced 3 to 4 hours per day. That's some commitment, right? And may your lesson of commitment continue to guide and enlighten other BMA students in days and in years to come. Now, parents and everyone in attendance tonight, I cannot think of any better place for those young and high minds to be right now than here to participate in this great gathering. I personally am not standing here in my own recognition, but because I'm one of the parents having 2 students, Megan Metellus, my girl, and son, Willard Jaden Metellus. They are both at BENSAX Music Academy, and along with all these great performers, they proudly presented the graphs to you, and to this, I want to say thank you to all of them. Music is what brought us here tonight, right? And I'd like to share with you some interesting quotes about music. Some of those quotes are: 1, the musical wisdom acquired through experience. 2, some others are valuable lessons that people learn they're willing to share with us in a memorable way. Thirdly, some of these quotes are just humorous or just funny. I'll share that with you. I'll start with a quote from President Bill Clinton. He was not chosen because of his political influence, but he's a musician. And the quote goes as follows. He said, "I don't think I would have become president if it were not for a school music program." I'll repeat that again. I don't think I would have become president if it were not for a school music program. So the former president explained that music does not simply produce musical skills, but it also teaches discipline. It also teaches routine, teamwork, and it attunes the ears. So the second quote is from Aristotle. He was a great philosopher, and he expressed that music forms character. He quoted, "Music has the power of forming the character, and music should therefore be introduced into the education of the young." Again, he said, music has the power of forming character, and music should therefore be introduced into the education of the young. So he explained that music is not just for musicians, but has the power to form the character of anyone who engaged in it. Now, here's some funny music one by Chet Askin. It says, that's a quote from Chet Askin. It says, "When I was a little boy, I told my dad, 'Dad, when I grow up, I want to become a musician.' His dad replied, 'Son, you can't be both.'" So that quote is a good excuse for me, because I must admit that I can personally resonate with that, because at my age, I'm 45, sometimes I feel like I'm still trying to grow up a little bit. And my wife collaborates more on that. Why? Okay, how about that expression, right? It says, "Singing in the shower is all fun and game until you get shampoo in your mouth, then it just becomes a soap opera." You guys got it? All right. Here's the last one. "You never realize how inappropriate your music is until your parents are in the car with you." Awkward. Okay. Yes, music is what brought us here tonight. And the word "arroyage," the true beauty of music is that it connects people. It carries a message, and we, the musician, are the messengers. It is difficult enough to connect people together, but BENSAX and his team took upon themselves to connect people and open a music academy that only started in 2020, but this young group of people you see performing here, they only started less than a year ago. And tonight they performed on stage, and we all loved it, right? And a lot of people may not believe in Mr. BENSAX's dream, but he believed that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take a risk. Nelson Mandela said, "There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. Again, I'll repeat. He said, there is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that is less than the one you're capable of living. So the challenge that Mr. BENSAX faces only made him more versatile. Every failed experiment is one step closer to success. He clearly understands that sometimes it's necessary to take risk because taking risk can change you fundamentally, as it may leave you with no choice but to make decision, but to commit or create the life you really want. Just like anything else in life, the road has not been easy, but he did not quit, and he persisted. Moreover, I have to say that as the old expressions say, behind every great man is a great woman. So we are, yes, and we are encouraged to see Dr. Sheila, no, they call him Dr. Frank, I said Dr. Sheila, the president of BMA, working alongside Mr. BENSAX to provide this high caliber of service into our community, and we thank you very much. As the old saying goes, you hang around the candy store long enough, sooner or later, you're going to get a candy. And that's what happened tonight. The music teachers did not give up. The student did not give up. And tonight, we all just witnessed a good performance because someone believed in these little kids' God's given ability to do well, which is to train, to equip, and release, which is what they have. At BMA, they are trained to master the musical crafts, equipped to make an impact, and released to serve their community and other communities around the world with high standard of leadership and character. This vision equates the Planting and Music Academy like no others in the community. As the expression goes, to get something you never had, you need to do something you never did. There is so much negativity and so much things that are dangerous online, whether it is the violence in all the games or any material very insensitive in nature that the kids are exposed to on a regular basis, I tell you. And I mentioned it earlier, and it's worthwhile mentioning it again. I cannot think of any other better place for this young and high minds to be right now than here to participate at this great gathering. As I close, I'll remind you that taking risks sometimes entails believing in something that has never done before, and you're willing to do it even when people don't believe it's possible. It's one thing when you fail, but it's a whole other level when people that should be part of your support system is waiting for you to fail. BENSAX is a great musician. As you may know, he traveled the world. He plays a lot of concerts, and he participates in a lot of great competition, such as America Got Talent, or AGT. But he decided to start his music academy in our community. We are encouraged by what he did. We are strengthened by what we see, and we love what we see. As I conclude, in regard to the correlation between arts and life, or music and life, if you want, the brightest mind of the world have long debated the question, does life start, or does life imitate art, or does art imitate life? Tonight's performance may have provided a clue, because just like the rest of all the kids around the world, these young minds could have had their heads buried into electronics, TikToks, and the like. But because of your faithful commitment, this group of musicians' life has transformed, and that transformation occurs in less than a year. That is something to be commended for. And to all the parents, we want to say thank you and keep up the good work. To the BMA staff, including BENSAX and Dr. Sheila, as well as all of you that perform here tonight, we are encouraged and stand behind you in your works in the community. And finally, all those in attendance tonight, we want to let you know that we appreciate your support. Thank you for coming. Thank you, parents. Thank you, BMA, and thank you all. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless you, and may the word of God be the God of this generation and generation to come. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Wow, what a word. Thank you so much, Mr. Mitterloos. We appreciate that word that you shared with us. Wow, there's no glory in living a life less than the one that you were meant to live. I pray that we all take that in and take up space. Yeah? Take up space. To thrill you further with music, I would like to invite up Mr. Alvins Desrosiers, who is going to be performing on piano Adorer Bon Dieu. Please give it up and welcome him to the stage. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for that. We appreciate that. That was beautiful. Wow, tonight has really been an immersion into the power of music, and it's fantastic. Now, there are a couple of awards, additional awards, that are being given out, actually. These are certificates of excellence, and they're being given directly from Mr. Richardson Estimable himself. They were specifically intended for these students from him because they've gone above and beyond. So I'm about to call their names, but before I do that, can you just stand for a second? I know you've been sitting for a while. Can you just stand and just want you to just say hello to the person next to you? Just say hello, okay? Just say hello, because you can't be on a musical journey and you don't know the person who you're standing and sitting beside. So I want you to say hello. I want you to tell them, you look amazing. You look amazing. You look handsome. All right, all right. Thank you so much for doing that and saying hi to someone across the way just to welcome them. So this certificate of excellence, thank you all so much for doing that. It says here, this special certificate is offered to you in order to remind you that you are an extraordinary student. Smart, patient, passionate, and ambitious. Your musical dedication leads us to believe one day you will be known as a great star in the world. That is what this certificate represents. So I want all the students to listen, because when I call your name, I want you to quickly come up to the stage, get your certificate stamped so that we can immortalize you in a picture. And remember that you were called excellent by one of the leaders of this academy. Okay, everybody ready? Are you ready? All right. Matthew Torchon. All right. Jeremiah Exil. Eben Louis Charles. Patricio Chatun. Nolvins Felusma. Owen Silencieux. And Megan Metellus. Excellent. Give them a round of applause one more time. You have excellence in you. You have greatness in you. And you have speed in you. All right. So as we are transitioning, this is also a really important part of our time tonight. I'm going to talk about some achievements by the Academy that they're really excited about and want to share in that with you. Then we're gonna go into introducing, oh goodness, you are in for a musical treat as we have Mr. BENSAX and his band coming up later, so you are in for a musical treat there. So here's the thing, a man with dreams, as it says, needs a woman with vision. How many of you agree with that? Okay, come on. I got a witness in this place tonight. The author of this quote is unknown, but the truth of it is demonstrated in the union and partnership Dr. Frank and BENSAX International share. What a couple. Wow. As the president and CEO of BMA, they both have worked tirelessly not only to make BMA a reality, but to achieve yearly goals, which help them achieve their vision of training. Everybody say training. Equipping. Go ahead, talk back to me. Equipping and releasing competent musicians into the world who will pass it on. So there were 3 major goals that they had for 2022. Goal number 1 was for BMA to end 2022 with its own building. Drum roll, please. Yes, they are happy to share that they have actually obtained that goal. BMA now has its first central building located in Sunrise, Florida, and that is reason to celebrate. Go ahead. Now, that was goal number 1. Goal number 2, where my professors at in the house? Goal number 2 was to not just start the year 2023 with beautiful building, but also with a great group of instructors. Where my instructors at? Where the instructors in the house? Go ahead and stand. Actually, if you could run up to the stairs. If you could run up to the, come on up. We want to give them their props. Absolutely. All right, to the center of the stage. Listen, these instructors have been working tirelessly with these students. The performance that you saw tonight is as a result of the work that they've done. BMA has been praying and searching for the right instructors, and they have them right here. Give them a round of applause one more time. Absolutely, absolutely. And yes, we have to immortalize this as we take, I don't think all the professors are here, but we're going to take a picture anyway. Oh, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you all so much for your hard work. So now we are on to goal number 3, which is to obtain a bus so BMA can support the many students who want to get this music education, but they're not able to afford it. But we're not there yet. We have not achieved this goal. But BMA believes that with your support tonight, that this goal is more than possible. Can somebody say more than possible? Absolutely. So if you would just bring your attention to the screen, there should be a variety of ways actually that you can help them reach this goal, so that if there's a student out there, if there's someone out there and they want to come, they want to learn the discipline as our speaker shared with us that you learned from music. They want to get that excellence, that higher reading and history scores. They want to have that heightened self-esteem by learning music, that there is nothing that will hold them back, certainly not transportation. If you are willing to invest and donate, and we believe that you are, you can do so in a variety of ways. You can do so via Zelle, Cash App, credit card, QR code. You can send it via a bird. You can send it via a plane. We will take it. So we're just encouraging you to invest, because it's not just giving money towards a bus, right? It's helping to invest and change the lives of students through music. So we encourage you to make that investment tonight. Whatever you have, we want you to be generous, but whatever you can afford, make that donation to contribute to this excellent initiative. Yes? Agreed? All right, so we're looking forward. We thank you in advance for your generosity. Now, everyone, if you have been having a great time so far, we are rolling up to one of the climactic events on tonight. We want you to know that you are in for a treat tonight with our next performer and his amazing band. So we have to introduce him properly. Say yes. All right. So BENSAX International, born Richardson Estimable. Now this here sounds like a Jamaican tradition. I'm Jamaican, and so we have a tendency where you give somebody one name and then call them something completely different. So my name is Deborah, but my entire family knows me as Ingrid. That's what did you know that, John A? They call me Ingrid. Okay, so this is kind of like the same, but his stage name is BENSAX International, because indeed he is going to have and has been having an international impact. He's an accomplished saxophonist, performer, composer, arranger, songwriter, and multi-talented musician. In fact, parents of the BMA students have observed him teaching multiple instruments. including piano, flute, drum, trumpet, bass, and guitar. But not only is he a well-known saxophonist in his home country, Haiti, he also thrills audiences internationally in large as well as small venues, particularly in the Caribbean, Central, and North America. He has earned various prestigious musical recognitions in the United States. Wait for it, wait for it. In 2018, he rose through the ranks of competitors and made it to the quarterfinals of one of the largest stages in the world. How many of you have heard of America's Got Talent? Yes, absolutely. BENSAX International was on that stage. And he can be seen, because I know you're going to look it up when you leave here, he can be seen in season 13, thrilling audiences and judges with his gift of music. Also, he was invited to Broward College. He was one of the performers at the commencement ceremonies recently. Here's the thing, he's gotten extensive musical training from 1998 to 2006. He studied at the Evangelical Orchestra, Mitzpah Brass Band, St. Louis du Nord. Okay, help me with that word, N-O-R-D. Help me with the, no, thank you, you all are so gracious. He continued his studies at the Musical Conservatory at the Christian University of North Haiti. In the years that followed, he served in various churches as a music minister, choir director, and praise and worship leader. Wow, this man has got some talent. Yet what he is most proud of is being an ambassador of Christ wherever he goes. He also feels deeply blessed at marrying a soulmate and ministry partner, which he found in his wife, Dr. Sheila Frank. BMA was born out of their complementary gifts and talents. His wife has a background in education, leadership, business administration, as well as dance, while he possesses extensive knowledge as a musician, a teacher, and music industry professional.
Bonsoir. Good evening. Bonsoir. Bonsoir. Good evening. Good evening. It is such a great pleasure to see all of you here tonight. I want to say thank you. I know that's not the moment for me to say thank you because Dr. Frank gonna certainly join me on stage. But tonight, I have some. How do you see my team tonight? They look great, right? The first musician over here is our guitar player, one of our solo guitar player, and his name is Mano. Put your name for Mano. Mano, wave. I'm gonna quickly present the team, and we play for you tonight. And the second musician is our bass player, Mr. Max Angelo. And we have the third musician, which is our amazing drummer, Mr. Calvin Metellus. And we have a great pianist playing with us, Mr. Esdras. And the fifth musician is our another amazing, incredible guitar player, which is Terby. And finally, not finally, right? The sixth musician in the band is our tambourine player, Mr. Wesley. And there's one person I don't mention. Who did I mention? Mr. BENSAX. Well, tonight we want to end the night with love. I think love, we need more love, right? So we're going to play love songs for you guys. So I want you guys to enjoy, have a great time, with the BI team. You guys can go to your instruments. So the first song we're gonna do is One More Night, which is a love song. I hope you guys enjoy it. And the second song is Combien faut-il de temps? Everybody, tout le monde dit combien faut-il de temps? Combien faut-il de temps? We're gonna do that song for you in a jazz format, bossa nova, and I wanna recognize my parents in the room. I want them to stand, and I wanna dedicate that song to them. Mrs. Carlin Frank and my father-in-law, Serge Frank. Would you please stand? And also my grandmother, my grandfather, they're here. Thank you. I know they're gonna love that song. Grandma, ça c'est pour vous. Grandma, ça c'est pour. Okay? This is for my grandmother, Clarel, celebrating. I'm not gonna tell you guys her age. So 78. I have some other great friends in the room coming from Fort Myers. Baudelaire is still on. Please stand. Please stand. Driving from Fort Myers with his family. Thank you, guys. I have another good friend of mine here. Great bass player. Driving from Port St. Lucie, Mark Donastin. Would you please stand if you're in the room? He's back here. Great, amazing bass player. And I have another family. Basically, he's the president of our association. Driving tonight, former president of our association where we live, Dr. Frank and I. Mr. Lord, I want you to stand so that the congregation can clap. They're celebrating over 40 years of marriage tonight. Put your hands together for them. Thank you. So I'm gonna play for all of you guys. Please enjoy every song we play. So, and I dedicated, of course, every song that I'm gonna play tonight to my wonderful, amazing, incredible wife, Dr. Sheila Frank. Thank you. The next song I'm gonna do is I Will Always Love You. I dedicated that song to my mother and my father-in-law tonight, and my grandpa and my mother, my grandmother. And to all of you in the room with your husband, Dr. Serge Jerome, and especially to Mr. Lord, celebrating over than 46 something years. I can't remember exactly the number. I dedicated that song to you, celebrating so many years of marriage. I will always love you. Enjoy. I guess you guys don't want to go home, huh? You guys love it? All right. Well, you guys have to go home, so I'm going to do my last song, which is a Christmas song for all of you. Enjoy, Holy Night.
I simply don't have the words. I just don't have the words. One more time, can we just give it up for an amazing performance tonight by BENSAX International and his amazing band. Wow. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angels' voices. O night divine when Christ was born. O night divine. Amazing. Well, we are drawing to the close of what has been a fantastic program. And here's the thing, everything wonderful in life, this is one of the things that I'm taking from tonight, and I hope you take this as well. Everything wonderful in life begins with the courage. Don't miss this. Everything wonderful in life begins with the courage to start, the courage to keep going, and the encouragement to enjoy the journey. That's what you saw in these students tonight. They were scared when they first picked up that instrument, but somebody encouraged them to start and to keep going. But how many of you know that that doesn't just apply to them? That applies to us as well. Have the courage to start, whatever that thing is. And have the courage to keep going and make sure you're enjoying the journey. My name is Deborah Pinnock from Deb Talk, and it's been a pleasure being your host. At this time, I want to invite up BMA's president and CEO. They are going to leave some amazing thoughts with you. They are going to make some announcements, and they are going to wrap up our program tonight. Please help welcome both of our leaders tonight.
Hi, everyone.
And again, one more time. Say, simply thank you for sacrificing so many of your time tonight, driving hours to be in this room. This is the first recital of many other amazing recital ahead. As can you see, I don't have a list in my hand to remember every names, but I want to say thank you, first of all, to every one of you coming out tonight. And of course, I want to say special thanks to some people that allow us to be all in this room tonight. First, I want to say on behalf of my wife, my family, I want to say thank you to Dr. Serge Jerome and his family. Would you please guys stand again quickly? We can see you guys. Wonderful people. You may be seated. They allow us to start in Miami 12 months for, and they don't take a penny from us. That touched my heart. And I will be forever grateful to that family. And I want to recognize another Jerome in the room, which is the daughter, Pastor Lucy Jerome. Would you please stand if you're still there? Yeah, she left. Okay, Pastor Lucy opened her door for us to start in Lake Worth. And the first person that I spoke to who said, well, talk to my husband, was Pastor Norma Jerome. I have to give her the respect and credit tonight for first, not just supporting us, but believed in us. This means more than just support. When someone believes in you, it's gonna go all the way with you and supporting you. Pastor Norma, thank you. You connect me with your husband and with the entire family. We couldn't be more grateful tonight, standing here to say again, thank you so much. And we have so many other great people. All the BMA parents, put your hands for BMA students, please, parents. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. You trust us in this great journey, and we have so many other great plans. We grateful to God for allowing us to end the year with a BMA building. We have been praying, working hard, and praise God, we end the year with our own building. I will let Dr. Fat take over.
That new building will be in Sunrise City, okay? The address is 8360 West Oakland Park Boulevard, Sunrise, Florida, 33065. Okay, we will have it on the website, can you say it with me? BENSAXmusicacademy.com. See? Just go there and you will see the new address. You can see some updates, okay? So we want to invite you all to the grand opening. Okay, we're having a grand opening on Saturday, January 7th, 4 to 6 p.m. at that address. And the following week, January 14th, from 4 to 7, we want to bring all the students for a reunion, okay? And this is where we will ask all the students to be back and receive their new schedule and begin training again. But, speaking of students, I want to specially recognize Isaiah. Where are you? Isaiah, please stand up. I really want to give him a special attention because, Isaiah hasn't been with us for a long time. Very short. I mean, you learn your song in what, a month? Or less. And I just wanted to specially recognize him because I didn't have him on stage with me. But you're definitely going to see an encore performance of him at Pastor Serge Jerome, Hillside Church in Miami on New Year's Eve. I mean, not New Year's Eve. What am I saying? On Sunday the 24th. Okay, Christmas Eve, not New Year's Eve. Okay, so if you can see an encore performance from many of our students at Hillside Church on Christmas Eve. Okay, and they will be on stage at 9 o'clock, ready to showcase some more songs, that they have learned. Okay, so special things. Let's give ourselves, first I want to give you guys a special round of applause. Give yourself a round of applause for being with us tonight. How was our master of ceremony? She was outstanding, wasn't she?
Amazing.
Miss Deborah Pinnock, please stand up. Her energy.
Deborah, please. Good job.
Yes, thank you so much, Miss Deborah, for your positive and exciting energy. You know how to get the crowd going, and we are looking forward to continue working with you for many future events. Our guest speaker, wow. That's what I told him, right? Our guest speaker, Mr. Willard Metelus, please stand and wave. We enjoyed our guest speaker, didn't we? Very inspiring. So stay in touch with him. And we have to recognize our sound engineer,
Mr. Wadley Gay.
Mr. Wadley, where are you?
Mr. Wadley, where are you?
He's like, oh, there he is.
He's the guy behind the scene.
Oh, man.
Thank you,
he
brother.
has been working so hard. All righty. And I also want to recognize our cousin. Okay, if you turn around, he's waving. Go ahead and
Back
wave,
there.
Christopher. Christopher has been doing the computer work, the slides, and the lighting for us. Thank you so much, Chris. And definitely our volunteer committee. I did not forget about you. This event, man, could have been
chaos without your help. But we have stayed in great communication. So as I call your name, please stand and wave at everyone. So we have our volunteer committee, Mrs. Esther Dortilus. Mrs. Esther, thank you so much. And we also have Mrs. Jordine Metelus. Mrs. Jordine.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Dr. Judy Monestein. Dr. Judy.
Dr. Judy. And husband, of course, is
And
with us tonight.
Oh, yes. Thank you
for
so
your
much.
time, sir.
We have Mrs. Marie Torchon. She
Torchon.
suggested this venue for this outstanding event. So thank you so much. Where's Mr. and Mrs. Marie Torchon? Thank you so
Mrs.
much.
Murray.
And Miss Nicole Hollabuff, she had to leave early, but I still want to recognize her. And I still want to recognize Miss Florinadine Chatine. Mrs. Chatine, where are you?
Shantine.
Oh,
She's probably
okay. And that's the volunteer committee, you know, they have helped us keep the students in check and making sure some additional arrangements were done. And the BENSAX International Band members, you enjoyed them. Give them a round of applause. And last but not least, we have to thank our advisory board members, okay, which include my parents, well, I should say our parents, right? Mom, Marie-Colleen Franck, and Serge Franck.
Thank you, Mom.
And we also want to recognize Edwin Berlot and Jose Ercoul and Sean Galligan. They have been part of our board so that we can run this wonderful academy together. And we want to thank all the friends and other family members that have given us some great support in starting this academy. Okay, we are here to wrap up this program. Thank you for your time. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Thank you so much, guys. If you want to support with the BMA transportation,
Chris, put some music.
We have credit card machine. You can support, or you can support with a check. We want to have this transportation to support the young people in the community to have more access. Thank you, Mr. Lord. Thank you so much, guys.
Christopher, put on some music for us, please, as we exit the building.
Happy holidays. Drive safe.
Merry
Thank you for your
Christmas
time.
and have a wonderful New Year.
Thank you.
Oh, look who's here, Mrs. Paulette Thurman. Merry Christmas, Paulette. Please stay.
Merry
One second.
Christmas, D. Johnny, Merry Christmas. Thank you for
Hi,
coming.
Johnny. Merry Christmas, Vicky. Merry Christmas, Davidson.
Pastor Fifi, thank you for your time. Thank you for being with us. Pastor Coulon.